It says Emachai Eliyahu says nuking Gaza is an option. Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Now, it says he got suspended indefinitely, so I guess they fired him for making those remarks. So he says nuking Gaza as an option. So he was talking out of turn, and they got rid of his ass. You can't say that, because they allegedly don't have nuclear weapons. To my knowledge, officially they don't have nuclear weapons, but I think every country believes they do. It says Eliyahu also spoke out against helping inhabitants of the enclave, which has been under Israeli siege for several weeks now, arguing that we wouldn't hand the Nazis humanitarian aid, and that there is no such thing as uninvolved citizens in Gaza. So basically, he said the Hamas and the Palestinians are the same people, and that's what the government actually believes anyway. Netanyahu, he don't want to just be blatantly make certain remarks like that. Even though he has made similar remarks, something about Jacob's trouble, which they're not Jacob, they're Esau. So that's pretty much the point. He's saying that they're pretty much Nazis anyway, so you don't hand Nazis aid. All right, so this makes you think of World War. You go to Revelation, the 11th chapter, and Revelation, the 9th chapter, which the 9th chapter goes into all the world wars. All right, mainly the First World War and the Third World War. Here, women. All right, it says one war was passed, so let's talk about the First World, and there come two more wars after. All right, and then it tells you, that's how you know it's talking about the Third World War. On the bottom half here, it talks about the fire and brimstone that has not come yet. All right, so that's talking about the third World War. All right, so in the 11th chapter, it says 11:14, the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, so we know there's going to be a third World War. All right, and it's going to be nuclear. We go to Isaiah 9 and 5. All right, well, go back to Romans 9. All right, 9 and 16. Well, 15 tells you it's prepared for a certain time. The 14th verse tells you that the loose the four angels which are bound in the river, great river Euphrates. All right, because the war, pursuant to what Joel, is going to take place between the Red Sea and the Euphrates, and it's going to slay the third part of man. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard a number of them. The horsemen are the nuclear missiles, nuclear holocaust fire. And thus, 9 and 17, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, of jacinth and brimstone, and the head of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of the mouth issued fire and smoke and brimstone. So we know that's the third woe. That's the war that's going to end all the wars on the planet. Second woe was past. Woe the third. The first one woe was past. Slakia, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. All right, power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by the plagues, yet repented not of their works, in works of their hands. So this proves here that everybody on earth is not going to die. So if that's a doctrine, this proves that that's not a true doctrine, that everybody's on the earth is going to die, and that every place on the earth is going to be hit, and that some people saying Europe going to be destroyed, Rome going to be destroyed. That's not scriptural. It says here, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of their works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols, and silver and brass and stone and wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk, neither repented they of the murders, nor of their sorceries. Remember, Esau claims to be righteous, pious, fair, and all that shit, right? Remember all the murders, slavery, indoctrination that Esau has done to our people, to the biblical 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Now, when they have an objective, their morals go out the window, and their morals only apply to certain groups of people. So listen up here. Neither they repented for their murders.
More data as the hour moves ahead.
But even if that Hamas commander was there amidst all those Palestinian refugees who are in that Jabalia refugee camp, Israel still went ahead and dropped a bomb there, attempting to kill this Hamas commander, knowing that a lot of innocent civilians, men, women, and children, presumably would be killed. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's not what you're hearing, Wolf. We're focused on this commander, again, who you'll get more data who this man was. Killed many Israelis. We're doing everything we can. It's a very complicated battle space. There could be infrastructure there. There could be tunnels there. We're still looking into it, and we'll give you more data as the hour moves ahead.
But you know that there are a lot of refugees, a lot of innocent civilians, men, women, and children in that refugee camp as well, right?
This is the tragedy of war, Wolf. I mean, as you know, we've been saying for days, move south. Civilians that are not involved with Hamas, please move south.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit more information. You knew there were civilians there, you knew there were refugees, all sorts of refugees, but you decided to still drop a bomb on that refugee camp, attempting to kill the Hamas commander. By the way, was he killed?
I can't confirm yet. There'll be more updated. Yes, we know that he was killed. About the civilians there, we're doing everything we can to minimize. I'll say it again. Sadly, they are hiding themselves within civilian population. And again, we are doing this stage by stage, and we're going to go after every one of these terrorists who was involved in that heinous attack on the 7th of October. Wolf.
And Wolf is a so-called J, and the interviewer. And, that's their enemy. The Arabs are the enemy of the Khazar Jays. And they're showing you their moral compass, which is they pretty much believe that they don't deserve to live. So remember, Esau always claims to be pious, righteous, and all that. So we were taught that, you don't kill people if you're pious and righteous and everything. But those rules only apply to people they actually care about. So it switches up when they're trying to ethnically cleanse a group of people, the Arabs. All right. This is October 31st, 2023, when this was released, and you can hear his voice. He has like a Scottish or Irish accent. All right. So he was probably educated over there in Europe, Western Europe, and he came back to join the military because he's a little hat. And there you go. And repented not of their murders. All right. And all the murder. This is just small numbers compared to how many deaths amongst our own people, amongst Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Issachar, Gad. All right. Asher. Millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of deaths from these two Khazar Jays. All right, interviewer and this, I guess, Scottish trained officer that went back to the land, to the Levant, to join the military. All right, because he doesn't have English Israeli accent. He had a Scottish or European accent, English accent. All right. So neither repented of their murders and thefts, nor of their fornications, nor of the thefts. All right, so it says they're not going to repent, so they're going to be put in slavery. All right, so everybody on the earth is not going to die in a nuclear holocaust. Just going to have certain places like the Levant over there in the east, and Babylon, America, which is talked about in Revelation 18. Babylon is fallen. All right, and tells you the number of horsemen that's going to come over here. Well, and Ezekiel 38 tells you that they're going to come to Babylon, America, the land of unwalled villages, and take a prey and a spoil, and carry out silver, gold, cattle, and all that. That means they're going to be completely utterly destroyed. Nothing's going to leave in a Babylon, America. That's just saying that you're going to be completely spoiled, raped of your resources, meaning they're going to be destroyed, utterly burnt with fire. That's what that means. So the nuclear holocaust is in the air. So if a nuke is fired, it's highly likely that other nations are going to retaliate against that state. All right. Now this could have been all planned. They could have just made him say that, sort of put that spirit out there, or he could have just went off on a limb by himself and just said it. I don't know. All right. But this puts a spirit out there that a third world war is at hand. All right. Now, before the Third World War takes place, I already have it up there, 13 and 16. This is going to happen. There's going to be a total invasion of your privacy. All right. So there's going to have to be a great event, which we believe that's going to take place. Something to do with either some type of security reason or medical reason, etc. That's going to make the world's governments force their citizens to receive this Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which is 666. All right, you should already know the word there is charagma. All right, charagma, which means a mark embedded in your flesh. All right, which we believe is the RFID implant is cut into your flesh. All right, I'll get the word. Like the apostles say, there's always somebody new watching, or there may be somebody new watching. Charagma goes back to charex. This goes back to a charagmatos right here, which is something that's going to be in your flesh. All right, something carved, a badge of servitude, a scratch or an etching. So you're going to receive this mark, and you're going to be able to buy and sell with it. So we believe it is technology being cut into your flesh, scratch or etching, badge of servitude, and it's going to be put in your right hand, and you'll be able to make purchases. What is that talking about? All right. This is right hand as a badge of the files of the Antichrist. Let me see what comes up. I'm going to highlight that and search. Luke 13:16, man, what are they saying? 666. Yep, there we go. Can I force an employee to use a hand? You can make it compulsory, and they can choose whether they want to do it or not. All right, so basically, you're giving them very little options. Either comply or you're going to get put to death.